Have you ever wondered what would happen if all natural disasters happened at once? Let's step into the realm of the unthinkable for a moment. Picture this, a world where the Earth isn't just shaking from a singular earthquake, but numerous ones, all at once. From the highest peaks to the deepest trenches, the ground rumbles and cracks open. But that's not all. Simultaneously, the skies darken with swirling tornadoes, hurricanes, and typhoons. Torrential rains pouring down, causing widespread floods. The air crackles with the energy of 1,000 thunderstorms. Now imagine the oceans. Tsunamis, tidal waves, and storm surges, all happening concurrently. The sea, usually a source of tranquility, now a maelstrom of chaos. And don't forget the fiery wrath of erupting volcanoes, spewing ash and lava, adding to the terrifying spectacle. In this world, there's no corner untouched by nature's fury. Imagine a world where every known natural disaster happens simultaneously. What would that look like? In this terrifying scenario, the Earth would be hit by a barrage of natural disasters all at once. Imagine the ground beneath you trembling, shaking violently as the Earth's tectonic plates collide and crack, causing massive earthquakes. These seismic disturbances wouldn't be isolated to one area. They would ripple across continents, rattling the world's largest cities and remote villages alike. Just as the Earth stills, the ocean takes its turn. The earthquakes stir up colossal waves, triggering tsunamis of unfathomable proportions. These towering walls of water would surge towards land, swallowing coastal cities whole and flooding far inland, leaving destruction in their wake. But the onslaught doesn't stop there. The warm, moist air over the ocean churns and roils, spiraling into monstrous hurricanes. These swirling tempests roar across the sea, making landfall and wreaking havoc with their high-speed winds and torrential downpours. In the heartland, conditions are ripe for tornadoes. The volatile mix of warm, moist air and cool, dry air creates the perfect storm, spawning twisters that tear across the landscape, obliterating everything in their path. Meanwhile, deep within the Earth, pressure builds. Volcanoes, long dormant, awaken. Lava spews skywards, raining down molten rock and ash, smothering the surrounding area and polluting the air with toxic fumes. And of course, let's not forget the floods. As if the tsunamis and hurricanes weren't enough, the relentless rain saturates the ground, causing rivers to burst their banks and floodplains to overflow, submerging towns and cities underwater. In the wake of these disasters, one after another, the world as we know it would be drastically altered. The Earth's crust would be fractured and reshaped, cities would be leveled, landscapes would be transformed, and countless lives would be lost. As these disasters wreak havoc, the impact on life and infrastructure would be unimaginable. This is not a scene from a Hollywood disaster movie. This is a theoretical scenario of what could happen if all natural disasters were to occur simultaneously. A stark reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of Mother Nature. The aftermath of such an event would be just as devastating as the disasters themselves. Let's take a moment to contemplate the scale of the wreckage. Every corner of the world would be on its knees, grappling with the wreckage left behind by the simultaneous onslaught of every natural disaster known to man. The toll on human life would be unimaginable. Millions, if not billions, would lose their lives in the initial disasters. Those who survive would face a world in ruins, struggling to find food, water, and shelter amidst the chaos. And it's not just about the people. The infrastructure that we've come to rely on in our daily lives would crumble under the weight of this calamity. Roads, bridges, buildings, power plants, communication lines, everything would be in shambles. Imagine a world where the conveniences we take for granted like electricity, internet, and even running water are no longer available. The economies of the world, already fragile, would be hit hard. With industries destroyed and businesses wiped out, unemployment would skyrocket. The financial markets would crumble, leading to a global economic crisis, the likes of which we've never seen before. And then, there's the environment. The simultaneous occurrence of all natural disasters would leave an indelible mark on our planet. Forests would be leveled, oceans would be polluted, and the air would be filled with dust and debris. The disaster would trigger a chain reaction, leading to further environmental degradation and possibly even a mass extinction event. The world as we know it would cease to exist. Instead, we'd be left with a desolate wasteland, struggling to recover from the most devastating event in human history. It's a grim picture, but it's essential to understand the magnitude of such an event. With the world in ruins, the recovery process would be a monumental task. But, as we'll see in the next scene, even in the face of such overwhelming odds, there's always hope. For it's in our nature to endure, to rebuild, and to come back stronger. In the face of such overwhelming destruction, how would humanity pick up the pieces? This question may seem daunting, yet it's one we must dare to ask. The recovery process would be an enormous challenge, a true testament to our resilience and determination. Immediately, rescue efforts would commence. Brave individuals would venture into the devastation, searching for survivors. They would work tirelessly, their spirit unbroken, their resolve unwavering. Amid the rubble and ruin, they would find hope. Next, we would need to rebuild our infrastructure. This task would be monumental, requiring immense coordination, resources, and time. From roads to bridges, power grids to communication networks, we would need to reconstruct the backbone of our society, brick by brick, wire by wire. Finally, restoring economies would be a crucial step. Governments would need to implement recovery plans, stimulate investment, and support job creation. The financial landscape would change dramatically, but with innovation and adaptability, we could foster growth. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, but not impossible. Because, after all, humanity has always risen from the ashes, stronger and more determined than before. While this scenario is highly unlikely, it serves as a reminder of the power of nature. This potent force, often taken for granted, has the ability to change our lives in an instant. It is a force that commands respect and understanding. Let this serve as a wake-up call. Let it remind us of our vulnerability and the urgent need for us to be prepared. Disaster preparedness isn't just about having an emergency kit or knowing the evacuation route. It's about understanding the environment we live in and the forces that shape it. It's about respecting the sheer power of nature and recognizing our role in its preservation. We must also remember that our actions have a direct impact on the environment. Every step we take towards environmental conservation is a safeguard against the adverse effects of natural disasters. It's a grim picture, but it underscores why we must respect nature's power and strive to protect our planet.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narration.